Like the claws. Like Freddy fucking Krueger, am I right? You have been very, very bad.
Me and my ex-boyfriend are taking time off to film this, in the hope of finding some clarity and maybe even to solve this strange and disturbing case once and for all. It's something that is close to all of our hearts in Iowa. It all started 4 years ago, back when maybe I was a little too young to understand.
Homicide was confirmed tonight in the small town of Mitchin. The victim is believed to be 22-year-old waitress and student Shelly Harrison from Arlen County.
There are no new leads at this point, but we are working hard to get to the bottom of this. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family at this point.
A local man was arrested in 1990 up on the hill. He was arrested for 1 murder, 1 attempted. His name was Bruce Herber, a recluse that lived up in a small wooden house in the rigid woodland area between the town and the main highway. And he still does. Back in '90, the town was convinced it was him, that he was the one killing and attacking.
B! Let me be! Let me be!
You fucking...
This was until 4 weeks after Bruce was arrested without bail and was in county jail, April 30th, 1990 to be precise. Another girl, Maisie Winters, was found with wounds in the same area and with the same puncture marks that were similar to the other victims. This, and the fact that Bruce had an alibi for when the other victims were attacked, led to Bruce's release with some protests surrounding it. Maisie Winters was one of the most famous cases. She survived, by the way, as did Sarah O'Reilly. So what do we know about this murderer so far? The victims are mainly women, late teens to 20s, but there is one discrepancy. A guy, 25, who was murdered in the same way. He was a local musician who frequented the local bars and sometimes toured around the state, stabbed multiple times as was the usual for the murder victims, as well as some strange puncture marks. His name was Ben Holmes, and he was killed on May 23rd, 1990. The killer had left an even longer gap with him. In this town with a population of just over 20,000, any murders and assaults are noticed, and the police and locals could never understand this break in the killer's pattern when it comes to Ben. The police never caught the killer, even though the FBI, local townsfolk, and many others were involved, even though there was a statewide search and they scoured the hills and surrounding woodland. Whoever it was, they were gone.
If I could ask you in relation to Ben's murder, do you have any idea who may or may not have been involved with it?
To be honest, nobody does.
The town seemed to go back to normality. Curfews were relaxed. This was until 1994. Another girl was murdered the same way as how it happened 4 years ago. Multiple stab wounds and a struggle, and they were taken towards the woodland area. Her name was Rachel Harmon. This will be a project that mainly consists of interviews of victims and other folk from this town. This town that has been home, at least in part, to a serial killer. But everybody is searching and wanting to know who is this mysterious person, or even creature. A murderer, a myth that has been known to be called the Boogeyman.
Over. Get that camera out of here.
Look, I was just wondering if I could ask you a few more questions for my documentary about the murders here.
Do you even have permission to film here?
Look, I'm filming a personal project. I'm not sure what kind of permission I need.
Okay, well, the party is
Just one.
over. The party is over.
Please, sir,
Get that camera out of here.
I just need to ask you one
If you
question.
want any more information, I suggest that you apply for press pass. Now, I ain't gonna ask you again. Get that camera out of here.
Okay, just one, please.
Be about your business.
Were you the sheriff in 1990? I recognize your face from the news reports.
Easy, easy, let me down easy. Don't wanna be one of those girls that gives you a hard time.
So we are just assimilating data, and it is high summer here in Mitchin, but it is raining outside, and it is coming down. There's usually drought at this time of year. As if that doesn't need to add to the amount of weird things going on here in Mitchin. Anyway, I better get back to Jessie. Left her on her own.
Other than the unsuccessful visit to the law enforcement, my first interviewee is Maisie Winters. She was reluctant to interview at first. She was the woman who survived an attack 4 years ago and was the case that vindicated Bruce Herbert.
Hi, Maisie. Thank you for coming.
No problem.
Do you want a cigarette?
Thank you. Yeah.
She managed to break away from the killer and run down the hills to the town. Eyewitnesses stated that she screamed for help. She survived the Boogeyman, but not without scars, both physical and mental.
What do you want to know?
Well, let's start with the basics. That night, what happened back in 1990?
Okay, so it was April 30th, 1990. I was working at this bar, Mazer's, you know, the one on the stretch.
Yeah, I know Mazer's. It's still here, right?
It sure is.
Mazer's is a drinking joint close to the Strip, where the main shops and amenities are located in the town. Some people find it bizarre that the attacker was so close to the population when he attacked.
So I was working at Mazer's part-time, collecting glasses, waiting tables, you know, the usual shit to save money for college. And this one particular night, these guys were buying me tequila as a way of thanking me. And I mean, this wasn't the first time this had happened, and I'm used to rowdy folks, so I got a little drunk. And I went out back to have a cigarette. And you know how the main stretch backs onto the hills, the ridge?
Yeah, okay.
All of a sudden, I sort of felt this, like this cold, and No, I just kept fucking swinging. And then I heard this squeal, and then I was free. And so I just started running. Not back into the woods, fucking know what's in there, you know. So I started like running down the ridge. And I just started screaming, you know, like, please help me.
Maisie, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
The guys at the bar, do you think they had anything to do with this?
I don't think so. Because when I got down the bottom of the ridge, they were still at the bar. You know, and they helped me. They called the cops. They were questioned and they were cleared. And they did bloods and DNA and shit and everything. And they couldn't find a match. And not even that weirdo in the woods was a match.
Do you mean Bruce Herbert? Do you think he had anything to do with it?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. Nobody knows. All I know is that I was supposed to be at college at Drake's that year, and instead I spent 3 years just paralyzed by fear. The Boogeyman.
What do you mean?
That's what they call him. Because he's here to cleanse you of your sins.
Do you think that's what the killer wants? Some sort of twisted retribution?
I don't know. I don't know. We've all sinned, right? It's weird, but when he spoke to me, it's like he knew me. It's like he knew every bad thing I'd ever done. Weird.
Maisie Winters had a relatively affluent upbringing, right here in the town of Mitchin. Her parents are still together, she was popular at school. She was what seems to be a healthy kid in small-town America. I asked her if she knew of any grudges. Perhaps somebody was jealous or resentful of her existence. Perhaps the attacks were not opportunistic or random. She could think of no one. Thomas was left a little perplexed by the conversation with Maisie. We knew that we would have to speak to her again, but I thought I would give her a little break so she didn't get too upset. We agreed to resume in a couple of days. I managed to set up an interview with Sarah O'Reilly, the other survivor. Sarah suffered a similar experience to Maisie. She was dragged up the hill, but there was a strange twist.
Make yourself comfortable. It's all good.
So, like, are we gonna be on, like, TV or?
I'm not sure yet, but I'll be sure to get your permission for any distribution. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. No, it's it's cool actually. I've done like, a lot of interviews about this already, but yeah, nothing televised.
Okay, cool. Well, let's jump straight in. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about what happened that night, the night of the kidnapping.
Yeah, I was at the bar. I don't know if you know it. Mazers?
Mazers?
Yeah. I went outside for a cigarette, and also to get away from Dobie Coleman trying to put his fat fingers on my ass every 5. Not that he has anything to do with the murders. He's just your average local town idiot. You can ask Maisie that. She'll confirm he is completely harmless.
Are you and Maisie close?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we hung out like, a bit after the event. You know, it gives you a bond, you know? But, yeah, she got really freaked out, like, about the whole thing, and, well, she still is, right? She's, I don't know, traumatized, or, you know, and I kept telling her, he is just some hillbilly loon. You know, don't get nightmares, but she wasn't having any of it. especially after that, the guy died.
Yeah, it's bad. So, back to that night.
Oh, yes, yeah. The night. Well, some asshole dragged me way on up the hill, and with such strength, I kept trying to pull him off me, and well, no way, bro. At first, I thought that was a joke, but then he was really hurting, and he was pulling at my hair, and well, I struggled, but I remember being on top of the hill and thinking, well, this is the moment when I die. And then a gunshot went off to the right of us, bang, and well, the loon, he must have ran into the woods behind me. And I couldn't see anyone with a shotgun, so I just scrambled all the way down the hill into Mazur's, and I told Dobie and the others, and they went and scanned the area. I mean, scanned. They didn't find nothing. And then the cops came. Not even a footprint.
Do you think Bruce Herber had anything to do with this?
Probably not. I kind of feel sorry for him. Yeah, anyway, so I've got to go pick up my mom. Are we going to get a copy of this tape? I'd love...
Of course.
Yeah?
Do you think we might get a chance to speak to you again? If we need to?
Oh, I don't know, maybe, yeah. Well, why don't we just see how it goes, You can send me the tape and then we'll see.
Okay, sure thing. We'll make sure we get it to you.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for coming.
Sarah O'Reilly, the aspiring actress. She had an upbringing not too dissimilar from Maisie. In fact, they went to the same high school. Sarah is from the outskirts of the town, a section not known for affluence. It looks as though this killer did not discriminate. She told us she used to drown out the noise of her parents arguing by playing rock music on her stereo. They divorced when she hit her early teens. She had always wanted to be on stage, on a platform, ever since she was a child. She was prominent in school plays and film projects. She also finds it hard to think of any low-key enemies. Dobie Coleman is the local town idiot. He's still alive, but has since refused to be interviewed. When talking to Sarah O'Reilly and Maisie Winters, they both had similar experiences, but completely different outlooks. On the one hand, Maisie seems to have a lot of trauma from the experience. She seems moved, emotional. Sarah seems detached from it, using the interview as a potential platform for an entertainment career she told me she is looking to get into. Another thing crossed my mind. Sarah O'Reilly mentioned a gunshot up on the hill which seemed to save her life. I wondered who it could be. It made me think, one way or another, I needed to try and interview the guy that everyone was talking about. The one they suspected to be the boogeyman, Bruce Herber on the hill. We couldn't seem to get a number for the guy, or anybody who did have a number would not give it to us, so we took matters into our own hands. Mr. Herber? Mr. Herber, we're doing a piece on the murders, and we wondered if we could just have a minute of your time.
I'm not interested. And you shouldn't be up here anyways. Go back down the hill, girl.
Please, Mr. Herber, we'll just take a minute of your time, and it could give you a chance to clear your name.
Go back down the hill.
He was not receptive and still declined to speak with us. But a week later, we received a call. He said he would talk to us, but stressed that it had to be brief and that he was only doing it to clear his name. It seems that everybody is aware of this documentary now. Having said that, I am surprised that more people have not come forward.
Hi, Bruce. Thanks so much for taking a call. We will keep it as brief as possible.
Okay.
No doubt that you've heard about the Boogeyman mystery, and that is why you are looking to clear your name. Many think that you may be a suspect, but others think differently.
Not no boogeyman, okay? I haven't touched or killed anyone.
Bruce, we completely understand that, and sorry to offend. As said, a lot of people think differently of you. They say you're a good character. Do you remember a girl by the name of Sarah O'Reilly?
That's the gal who got dragged up the hill? Yeah, I remember her. Oh, look, I really have to go now.
Mr. Herber, thank you so much. This helps a lot. If I can ask you one question before you leave, what do you think of the latest developments, the new attacks? Do you think it's the same person?
I don't know, and I don't want to be involved in it. As I said, I only came here to clear my name of this shit before you start poking around. Seems like you have more investigating to do, son.
Thomas had a strange phone call with Bruce. He was, understandably, pensive and defensive, and didn't give much away. Would I say that he is a suspect? I'm not sure, but something tells me probably not. The next interview on my list would be the police, but we have had no positive correspondence from them. In fact, they have told us to butt out. The next option I thought would be to interview relatives of the most recent murder, Rochelle Hardman. We managed to get her brother to speak. He did this on the pretext that people may come forward to help with the case. Hi everyone, so I just thought I'd do a quick apartment tour for you all. We just got here to Mitchin and just met the landlord. He's really weird. But the apartment's really cool. Like, we've got some artwork over here. And oh, this is my favorite one. Ready? Americana!
So, you picked the drive over here okay?
I know this place very well. I was quite fine, thank you.
This
Thank you.
apartment is a bitch to find. It took me ages.
Thank you very much for asking. This is great. So you make this is. I feel like a film star right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, we got a nice setup. Yeah, Jesse's on sound, just taking care of everything. You okay with those bikes? Yeah. Okay, cool. We good to go? Great. So, Mr. Hardman, thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Mr. Hardman, when...
Drace. Please call me Drace.
Drace. Okay, sorry. With regards to your sister, our deepest condolences. When liaising with the cops or any other information on the case, have you found that you've gotten any closer to finding who may have done this? And do you think that it's connected to the murders at all?
Shit. That's some intense question. I would say it looks like the other attacks. I don't even want to think about it, but the cops aren't really sure what's going on. The ridge was steeped in mystery anyway, you know?
Okay, so you don't think that the cops really have any leads?
Well, they had that one old weird guy, but they don't really know if he did it. To be honest, I don't think he had anything to do with it.
You don't?
Well, if I did, I would have fucking done something by now, wouldn't I? That's for fucking sure, but he's still everywhere. I mean, it's parasite. But no, I don't think he did it. I don't think he's capable.
Trace, do you mind if I pick your brain for a while? There seems to be sort of about this town a wives' tale, or more of an urban legend, about the Boogeyman. Is this something that you know about? You know, people seem to think that it's already been here, that it's supernatural. Do you know anything about this?
That shit ain't new. I mean, the old girls used to harp on about that all the time. I mean, my Aunt Clara used to say when I was playing up, she used to say, stop messing around, or the Boogeyman will get you. He will punish you for your sin.
Shit. Punish you for your sins. Is your Aunt Clara still alive? No?
No. She is also dead. But if you did want to talk to some of the old girls that believe that shit, you could try the old girls down the Great Cafe on Broad Street. Ask for Jennifer.
Jennifer on Broad Street. Thank you, Trace. That's really helpful.
This shit ain't true, though. They're just messing around or fucking crazy when they say that shit. Maisie Winters and her crew, I mean, they used to get freaked out by this stuff before the killings. You know, going on about the Boogeyman. They spent one Halloween camped up on that ridge. Yeah. And our school was a pretty fucking boring place. I used to play football, though.
Oh, nice. Nice.
First pick. Linebacker.
Thank you, Trace, for coming in. We really appreciate it. If we need to contact you again, can we? If that's okay with you.
Sure, it's okay. But try not to. I've already spent so much of my time on this. And time is everything, you know? I sure hope somebody comes forward once this shit gets shown. I really do.
Thank you so much, Trace. We appreciate it.
Tracy's interview was interesting. He was, understandably, in some form of grief, trying to work his way out of what has undoubtedly been a difficult time. What he said about the boogeyman myth seemed to tie in with what Maisie Winters mentioned. The idea of somebody punishing the wicked, cleansing their soul. An urban legend, if you will. My mind wandered. The bodies were so accessible when killed. The murderer didn't even seem to try and hide the bodies. It's as if they wanted people to find them. This is something more akin to wild animals, but Maisie's account clearly states it is human.
Hey, so today is my last day on Boogeyman. Jesse and I, back in college, we were an item, and I did some things I regretted, and we were hoping that working on this together, we could come back together as a pair, but if anything, it's just made things worse with the stress and everything that's been happening. We seem to have very different viewpoints on what is going on and the risks involved.
I think we have to. We have to check it out for ourselves.
Negative. It's gonna be crawling with cops.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking we could sneak in. You know, I don't know. Come on, what are we doing this for?
I don't know, Jesse. Honestly, I don't even fucking know sometimes. This is some fucked up shit. So today, I'm afraid it's becoming too much, and I will be leaving the documentary from this point forward.
Come on, remember what we're doing here. Documentaries that tell the truth, documentaries that change things. We have to take the risk. Listen, if you're not into this...
Don't give me that not into this routine shit, okay? I put as much into this as you have. I mean, okay, fine. We'll go. Just make sure it's watertight.
Hi, everyone. I have a little update for you. Thomas will no longer be working with me on this piece. We had several disagreements over things like location of the filming and the danger that it brings.
You drag me out here, into the middle of fucking nowhere. You want us to be searching down this wild goose chase for a hunt that's some fantasy that you made up in your head.
You're the one who told me about it. Yeah, he's decided not to go ahead and to leave and go back home, which honestly I'm not totally surprised by. We weren't getting along. Sneak in at nightfall.
Do you understand what you're doing if you get caught? Do you understand? It can affect your employability.
He slept with someone else over a year ago, but I don't think I realized just how damaging it was for the relationship, and we weren't working together the way we should be. So I wish him all the best. I really do. I wish him all the best. And I'm gonna be alone from here on out. Do the interviews by myself. Try and find this thing.
It's just becoming too much. So, with that in mind, I am reluctantly stepping aside and will be leaving Boogeyman.
And for the purpose of the documentary, I would like to talk about the surrounding hills that surround the small town of Mitchin, Arlen County, Iowa. They overlook the town on two sides. Actually, to the east of the town and to the west. So the town is in a bowl. The hills look like one long ridge, each that gets steeper as you go up them, and they are full of dense woodland and bush. They used to be a prime spot for cougar hunters, which are now likely extinct up on those. When you reach the top, they plateau into flat woodland and are surprisingly large, like squares and squares of miles. Really easy for people to hang out and even live up there. The hills have a longer descent on the other side, and they have heavy woodland there. The attacks took place on the western portion of these hills, which happen to be the largest and the most dense of the hilly areas. There are many crater-type holes at the top, and because of these new attacks, a lot of it is cordoned off by the police, as discussed. Last time, the police and the FBI scoured the area trying to find evidence, but did not seem to find anything. Okay, viewers, it's Jessie here. I made it to the hill, but we're not really supposed to be here. I think it's essential for the documentary. I'm gonna try and keep the camera as steady as I can, but it's pretty steep. I'm also gonna try and keep my voice down because the cops could come back here at any time. Okay. Okay, what's that? It looks like... Is that police tape? Maybe this is where the last murder was. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What was that? Okay, there's some weird noises coming from the ridge. I'm gonna keep my voice down and get here. Okay, go, let's go. The trip to the west side of the ridges was an unmitigated disaster. It was as if we were getting close to something important, but got spooked by a noise. There is definitely something up there worth checking out for this doc and for answers. For now, we need to get back to the interviews and dig deep into them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our landlord. He seems to come over whenever he wants, even when we're not in.
I needed to fix the pipe.
He needed to fix the pipe, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mitchin.
Is that thing on?
The camera? Yes, it is. I'm recording you. Where are you going? Where? God, you're so weird. Excuse me, I'm looking for Jennifer.
Who might you be?
My name is Jessie Hadel. I'm making a documentary about the recent activity here in Mitchin.
That's one of those kids, the weird ones everyone's talking about. What do you want with me?
Ma'am, we were sent by Drayson Hardman, the brother of Rochelle. He said you may be able to shed some light on the myths and legends of the Boogeyman. You know, the superstitions that this town has and how it may relate to a killer.
Listen, young lady, this town's always been strange.
Yeah.
But it's our town.
Yeah.
So when some weird kid from out of town is butting their nose in, going to be defensive. Having said that, there hasn't been enough coverage of this case at all.
Yep, that is right.
People too worried about that damn O.J. Simpson and Los Angeles and all that crap to give us any attention.
He definitely did it, you know.
So you would say that there is a legend in this town about the Boogeyman?
Oh, and some would say it's real, not made up at all.
So you would say there's something tangible then? Something real?
What you hiding behind the camera there? You can ask anyone in this town.
Are you ladies all okay?
Yes, thanks. Yeah. And they'll tell you. Our parents and their parents would say to us, if you are naughty, Boogeyman's gonna get you. And I don't know any other town where they say that.
Nope, only
and I know
here.
people across all town.
That's right, only in the hills.
The hills have always been strange, very strange place. I think the general consensus, general idea is that there's something on those ridges has always been there. And that's the Boogeyman.
That is strange.
Well, I mean, people don't go up there to this day. That's a fact. Younger generation think it's all bull crap. But have you done your homework?
My homework?
Yes, homework, dear. The killings way back when. I think you need to get to the library. Oh, and by the way, the cops, the FBI, they've had everything up there, honey, and nobody found anything.
Nope, it's supernatural.
It's supernatural. That's right. Thank you, Colleen. Think of the marks on the victims. That ain't you. Here to cleanse our sins, where we are naughty.
Cleanse our sins.
Mostly women so far. I don't seem to care what men get up to.
Cleanse our sins, that's right. That's what my gramps used to say.
And we all know what sin Sarah Riley was.
Oh, Jennifer, no.
Sarah, sorry, what do you mean by that? About Sarah O'Reilly and her sins.
Oh, nothing. Don't mind me. Get I said anything.
What do you think about it? Excuse me, Candy, is that your name?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh, come on, you know we're right. Oh, can I take these apple pops? Thanks, Candy.
Really, thank you so much.
I hope we've been some assistance. I'm in there. Hey, if you want a real ride, you should try the lady. Fortune teller, Misty Canna. She'll tell you some real crazy theories.
Yeah, she's down by the garage.
She has a weird old practice down by the garage. Go see her if you want a good time.
Okay, well, thank you ladies so much for your time. I just have one last question. Are you scared at all of the Boogeyman? You know, that he might come after you?
Honey, when you get to my age, nothing scares you anymore. So many sins. They'd have to kill me 3 times over.
Meeting the ladies in the cafe shed some new light on what the town's perception was in regards to the Boogeyman. It also tied in with what Maisie Winters said, and that voice that spoke to her. This idea that the Boogeyman is here in this town to cleanse sins via punishment. I decided to interview passersby in the town to try and get an idea of what they thought the Boogeyman was to them.
Yeah, well, that's probably what's killing them, that or a cougar. My mom used to say to me when I was younger, be a good girl, or the
Boogeyman will come and get you.
Yeah, exactly, the Boogeyman.
If you're a bad girl, no. The Boogeyman will get you?
Yeah, exactly. The Boogeyman will get you.
But you only hear that in Mitchin. Or maybe nearby, but I don't think so. Heard it's like a Yeti.
I mean, this town's always had a lot of crazy things going on, you know, over the years. We call it the Boogeyman.
That's probably what's killing everyone around here. That. Or the cougars.
Weird shit happens there. You should get out while you can.
It's freaking me out. It freaks a lot of people out, and we're all worried, and we don't know what's going on. We don't know who's doing it.
The ridges are weird. They gotta Agent Orange that shit, man. Don't laugh. I'm serious. The town's weird. You gotta get out. Get out now.
When talking to the locals, they seem to be quite well versed on the Boogeyman and its legend. Things I still need to do. Find out what Jennifer meant about Sarah O'Reilly's sins. Try and get an interview with the police. Go to the library. Interview with Maisie Winters again. Maybe not in that order.
Okay, viewers, just to give you a heads up, I've been to the library and I may have found something. In 1924, a woman was attacked in the town of Mitchin, but she managed to flee. She had strange markings all over her body. Some say were similar to raccoon bites. The attack happened here on the ridge. Maybe I should tell the police about this. It could help with their investigation. Oh, shit. Another attack in 1905. Strange markings, but there doesn't seem to be any other correlation. Maybe it passed over. What the hell is Who the hell is that? Okay, I'm gonna find out who it is.
Okay, come in.
Sarah. Okay. Do you mind if I film you?
No, no, I don't mind. It's yeah, I like it. You know, I want to be in the movies.
In the movies, yeah, you.
I was walking down Main Street the other night, which should be cordoned off, or there should be a curfew or something, by the way. And it was dark, and I'm certain that someone was following me. Like, it was dark, and I turned around, and I'm sure that I saw a dark shadow. And then I went back to my house, and there was someone in my yard, and the dog's barking, and I'm freaking out, guys. Like, is this thing back? Or, I mean, because I feel like they've come back to finish what they didn't finish before.
I'm so sorry that you had to experience that. There's multiple things it could be.
Oh yeah, like one of them being that I'm a nut job?
No, not at all.
I know I sound crazy. But don't you think it's weird that Kurt Cobain died this year?
Kurt Cobain?
Yeah. Not a Nirvana fan.
I like hip hop.
Life is fucking meaningless. It's just like given and then just taken away.
We actually meant to contact you. We went down to the cafe, and don't get offended when I say this, but the ladies in there said that you might be a sinful person. Like, you might be a sinner or something. I mean, it was quite funny when it happened at the time, but do you know what they may have meant by that?
Yeah, well, those damn ladies, honestly. I mean, they've got nothing else better to do than just talk shit and drink coffee in that fucking place all day. I mean, yeah, I know what they're on about. You might as well know. You know, the musician guy who got killed.
Ben Holmes, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they are correct. Is not exactly relevant. I used to go to Mazur's a lot, and that's where he played guitar, so we started seeing each other on the regular.
Seeing each other?
Yeah, seeing each other. Jesse? Oh, do you want me to go into more?
Oh, no, sorry, I understand. Who else knows about this?
I mean, everyone seems to be talking about it. You know, I broke it off before the killings, but everyone keeps looking at me like I'm some fucking whore of the town.
Can I ask why you broke it off?
Yeah, you can, but I don't like to speak ill of the dead. I mean, he's just a regular musician schmuck. You know, if you think that I was the only girl that he was with, you'd be wrong. I mean, he was with a list of girls as long as my arm, and he's not even hot. He's just from out of town, and I know he's older, so like we all swooned when he played the guitar, and well, he could get us pot. So,
do you know anyone else that he was seeing, like personally, or?
I mean, I don't know. Everything's Chinese whispers. Why do I feel like I'm being interrogated?
What makes you think that?
Oh my God! You think that I killed him? You think that I'm?
No.
You think that I'm one of the killers?
Sarah, I never said that.
Well, okay. I need to get out of here. You're a fucking crazy bitch. You know, I had your back when everyone in the town was hating on you, and I think I came here for help. I mean, can you believe that?
Wait,
How?
Sarah, I do not think that. Sarah, wait. Fuck.
Okay, everybody. Those two fuckers aren't the only people who can put shit to camera. So here I am. Okay, there is definitely somebody following me here. There's no doubt. Okay, I've deliberately taken you around the ridges to try and lure whatever it is that's following me here. I assume it's home territory. I am not scared! Do you hear me?
This project, this place, it's something that strikes a personal chord. I'm not just doing it to get away. When I was 9 years old, my cousin went missing. She was riding on her tricycle on the front lawn and all of a sudden vanished. I know you shouldn't have family favorites, but she was just the cutest little thing. We searched and searched until they found her body half a mile away. It's never been concluded what exactly happened to her, but an autopsy stated that she had been hit by a large moving vehicle. This is what the injuries aligned with. It was as if the body was just taken there to dump it. Maybe a hit and run? They tried to dispose of the evidence and got scared? I don't know. I just want these sick fucks to realize that they won't get away with it. The truth will always come out. In this mean world, it's always the vulnerable that get hurt first. What I was saying about the potential of there being two murderers is an interesting concept and one that should not be overlooked. One thing that is sure enough is that the more I delve into this, the more complicated it becomes. I've decided to go to the police with excerpts that I found about a similar case dating back a century. Honestly, it's as if this is some kind of tradition. Why, though, is it only this decade that it has become so prevalent, so violent? Maisie Winters has helpfully agreed to do another interview, which I will also do once we hit the cops with this.
Sir.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Good, thank you. Oh my. What did I tell you people? Get the hell out of here before I have to drag you out.
I just need 2 minutes of your time, okay? I have some information that might be relevant to the case.
What could you possibly have to show me, young lady?
If you could just take a look at these, sir. They're similar cases recorded from years ago. One from the 20s and one from the 19th century.
How could they possibly be related? Huh? Give it. Now get out of here. I'll hand it over to homicide. It's all external now.
Thank you.
You be careful, though. While you go around, homicide may come and find you instead.
Hey everyone, as Thomas isn't with us anymore, my sister has come to help out for the day.
Hey guys.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I can't wait. Where do I put all the tapes?
In the box. Thank you for joining us today.
That's no problem. Oh, do you know where this is going to be shown yet? Like on ABC or something?
I don't know. We're definitely trying to get more traction with it, that's for sure.
Oh, don't mind me if my beeper goes off. My pager. My parents got it for me for safety.
Yeah, no, of course, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to ask me this time?
Well, we basically just wanted to ask you about the legend of the Boogeyman itself. You know, since you're the first one who brought our attention to it. And just specifically what your attacker actually said to you.
Okay.
We were talking to one of the ladies down at the cafe, Jennifer, and Rochelle's brother, Drace.
Well, first of all, Drace is a psycho, so I wouldn't listen to anything that he says. I should know. I went to school with the guy.
The local school?
Yeah, Maryland. Total shithole. But anyway, like I was saying before, nobody really knows where the legend came from. It's just one of those things where people say, there's that boogey. And it's going to punish you for your sins, or if you've sinned too much or whatever. But just like everything else that people say in this town is probably bullshit.
We also wanted to ask you about the ridges. See, all the attacks just seem to happen on the one side.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's strange that nobody's tried to do more?
What do you mean more? I mean, it's always been cordoned off. They've had curfews, FBI dogs, the works. I mean, whoever's doing shit up there probably doesn't live there.
Well, except for Bruce. Do you think he might know anything more about the logistics of the killings, even if he's not the killer?
I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask him yourself. Shit, my parents only beep like this when it's serious. Does that TV work?
Yeah,
We turn it on. We need to watch the news.
Okay.
No, not that channel. We need a local news.
For the town
town of Mitchin. A young woman has been found murdered near the center of the town. The town has confirmed that the victim is a woman in her 20s, Sarah O'Reilly.
Oh my God.
Of course, this is not the first
No.
time.
Oh, she warned us about this.
There being another homicide
I can't
in
believe this is
February. Not to mention the cases 4 years prior. Daniel, what on earth is going on in that town?
Good question, Cassie. I don't know what's stranger, the murders or the authorities' lack of ability to put a halt to it. I'm wondering if the local police are incompetent or indifferent.
Oh, shit. Camera's running out of battery. We need to put it on something.
Okay, I'll recharge. It's made it clear that law enforcement agencies are not required to provide protection to the citizens who are forced to pay the police for their services.
Is it on? Yeah. Oh, good.
Do you think we should go outside, see what's going on?
I mean, that's not really advisable. They'll already have an emergency curfew on, and no offense, but if they see you walking around with that camera kit, they'll kick you out of Mitchin for good. You know, I reckon you should just stay here. If it's okay with you, I might stay here until I get another beat, because it might not be safe out there.
Yeah, of course you can stay.
Cool. Well, hopefully this will all get sorted out soon, but in the meantime, I come bearing gifts. Do you guys smoke?
Very occasionally.
Do you think that's a good idea with all the cops around?
I'm sure they have bigger things to worry about. A little bit of pot. I don't know about you guys, but this whole thing's making me really anxious. So, and this is basically the only thing that stops me from losing it. We'd have to turn the camera off, though.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, it's off.
Okay, well in that case, here we go. So good. Are you sure you don't want some?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you, though.
More for us. Nice. So, how do you guys like save all that shit? You know, the tapes and stuff.
Well, I don't know. We basically make sure that we have enough tapes to always go around, in case we run out, and we keep them in that box over there. And well, the same goes for batteries. You gotta have batteries.
Oh my God! You know what? I wonder.
Oh, that's quite a strong grip you have there.
Yeah, I mean, I used to play shot put in school. I wonder, what is the world gonna be like in the next millennia, in the next century?
Well, it can't be any worse than this, right?
No, but seriously, like, I really hope that we're all just so busy with our flying cars and our skateboards from what's that film called?
Back to the Future?
That's the fucking one. Back to the Future. I love that film. So, like, I hope we're all just super busy with our flying cars and skateboards. We're too busy to fight, and hopefully there'll be no wars, and stuff.
Yeah,
we gotta get there.
No prejudice, opportunity for all.
Yeah.
Ozone layer.
Oh my God, have you heard of Waco or Wacko, whatever it is?
Yeah, I have.
Interesting. Oh. Okay. No curfew's been called, so I should be getting home before it gets dark. I suggest you guys get your groceries in before because they will call a curfew, so.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
I hope I've been helpful. If you have any more questions, just call me.
Will do. Thank you so much, Maisie.
No problem.
Thank you.
You keep that.
So, it's been a day since the murder of Sarah O'Reilly, and honestly, I'm just still trying to get my head around it. I mean, obviously, I can't shake this feeling of guilt. She came to me asking for help, and I didn't help her. Anyway, the police they've been informed that she was in touch with me, obviously, prior to this, and I'm trying to be as cooperative as I can. They asked for all of the footage from her interview with me, and now I have to stay in Mitchin indefinitely in case I am called in for questioning. Honestly, it's as if I'm a suspect. Sarah's parents won't talk to me, and apparently they want me out of town. I don't know, it just feels like since I got here trying to resolve a murder, I've ended up making way more enemies than friends. I don't understand how anyone could think I have anything to do with a murder that happened before I even got here. I mean, I don't know.
I know I sound crazy.
So, like, are we gonna be on, like, TV or?
Life is fucking meaningless. It's just, like, given and then just taken away.
So the police are now actually also saying that I'm not allowed to interview anyone anymore. Obviously, I don't think they have the power to do this. They don't have the power to do it, and I will still be carrying out the interviews. The next one, however, I'm pretty hesitant about. It's with this woman that Jennifer from the cafe recommended, Mystic Hannah. I don't know, I'm obviously still gonna do it, but it's probably more just to humor myself and add some dimension to the documentary. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and interview as many people as possible before the police literally out me from here. I mean, I seem to be the only outlaw that anyone is actually interested in prosecuting. I also, finally, after many attempts in the phone book, I finally managed to get through to that musician's mother. She doesn't actually live in Mitchin, but she's agreed to do an interview at a confidential and neutral location. So I'm really hopeful that she's gonna help me, unpick the events of that day in 1990 and put some pieces of this convoluted puzzle back together. Ms. Holmes, thank you so much for coming to the interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
If I could just ask you in relation to Ben's murder, do you have any idea who may or may not have been involved with it?
To be honest, nobody does. Sorry, am I answering these correctly?
Oh, absolutely fine. There are no right or wrong answers here. I should also say, if you want to stop at any time, that is absolutely fine, Mrs. Holmes.
Oh, you can call me Cassie. Yeah. Well, we've been trying to understand, to ascertain why our child was killed. He was from out of town, but he obviously had a connection with Mitchin due to his work and the people there.
Would you say he was close with the people in Mitchin?
He was close with a lot of people, you know. You see, my son was a good-looking child. He was good with the ladies, too. And funnily enough, I know he was seeing that girl.
Sarah O'Reilly?
Yeah, that's correct. And, of course, the other girl.
The other girl?
Yeah. Was also attacked. Macy, her name is Macy. Was in the papers, too.
Your son, Ben, was seeing Maisie Winters?
No. I mean, yeah, God damn it, he would have hated me talking about his personal life like this.
So does that mean that you haven't told anyone else about this?
Well, I didn't think it was relevant.
Cassie, do you know if Maisie knew that your son was also seeing Sarah O'Reilly?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I really don't know.
It's okay. One last question. Was your son ever seeing Shelley Harrison?
Shelley Harrison? The girl who got killed?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't know, Jessie. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Cassie.
Hello, come in. Don't be shy.
Hi, thank you so much for allowing us to interview you. Do you prefer Mystic Hannah or just Hannah? Or
Hannah is just fine, darling. Before we get too comfortable, before we start, I will need to take my fee.
your fee?
That is correct, yes. For you, I can do it for $25, which is a deal, let me tell you.
I'm really sorry. I think there's been some kind of mistake. When I called, it was just for an interview. I won't require a reading.
Well, honey, the reading will be the interview. I can't do it otherwise. I don't have any answers for you.
Okay. I'm not really sure what I have. Do you have change?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, lady.
Jessie.
Jessie, let's begin.
Okay. Well, basically, Hannah, I just wanted to ask you about the recent murders in the area. What you think about them and who you think the murderer might be.
So you want to know who the murderer is? I have been asked this question a few times. Always the same answer. They're close. You and a man are also close.
What do you mean? Like we're close to solving the case or close to the murderer?
Strength. Surprising strength.
What do you mean by that?
It's residual. What is the clues of what is happening? You're on the right path.
Residual. Okay.
Please, I'm trying to.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Triangles. Triangles of love?
Oh, jeez.
Please don't interrupt. It's very important. Triangles are two triangles, once attached but now separate. You are running from one of them, and the other...
How do you know that?
The other triangle is what you're looking for.
Shit. Hannah, are you okay? You look kind of shocked there.
I'm okay. I just need to be alone for a little while to recalibrate.
What about the reading? I mean, what about the other triangle?
Look, I'm sorry. Please leave. I'm sorry. Can you just turn the camera off? Thank you.
Okay, but okay, you take time to collaborate, but maybe another time.
Be careful.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. You too. Maisie Winters? I mean, there's motive. Obviously, nothing's set in stone, but the triangle, the love triangle. And I keep remembering how Sarah said that her attacker was just dragging her up the hill. And I mean, obviously, initially, I assumed it was a guy, but now I'm just remembering how strong Maisie's grip was. I mean, obviously, this is just me thinking out loud. Maybe I'm going crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna try and go to the forest tonight. I need to see the area for myself. I need to scan it. Obviously, just being careful with the whole curfew thing. I just need to see the spot where Sarah was murdered. Still can't believe how accessible the bodies were, especially after everything that's happened. I mean, God, people here they're just assholes. No one even wants to help. Who is it?
It's the landlord.
Okay, I'm coming.
You gonna let me in?
Yes, I'm sorry. Hi.
Stop pointing that thing at me.
Look, I'm making a documentary, sorry.
Look, you guys, you can't stay here. You gotta leave. The heat's too much.
Yeah, I know. The cops told me the same thing, but
You got 2 days.
2 days?
I'll return your deposit and anything in lieu.
But, no,
This
I
isn't
paid...
my problem.
What? Excuse... Okay, so I decided to come into the woods on my way home. I want to see the area for myself, scope it out a little bit. I'm gonna do a kind of patrol and... Okay. Okay, so I'm now in the area where the police tape was. I still can't believe how accessible the bodies were. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm home before curfew. Did you hear that? Okay, I heard something. I'm gonna pan the camera around.
That's why I got the damn shotgun.
Oh my god. They were kissing. Okay, I gotta get home. I've gotta get home right now. Guys, my fucking tapes have been stolen. And so many items have been destroyed. I don't know how someone got in here. Okay, they must have access because there's been no evidence of breaking and entering. I saw Maisie Winters talking to the sheriff, and now I think she might have something to do with the murders. Okay, there's motive, there's a lot of things, and I think it was a sheriff that set that gun off. I don't think it was Bruce. Maisie was asking about the tapes. Shit. Rochelle Hardman, we should have been asking Ben's mother about her, not Shelley, because she must have been one of the ex-lovers.
She was. Well done. Sorry, I hope I'm not interrupting. I've got a confession to make.
Maisie, I should warn you, I'm taping this.
I can get in here whenever I like. You probably haven't noticed because you're too busy making your shit doc. You see, when I saw your ad for interviews for the Boogeyman, I made sure that Robert, the landlord... Robbie, come out, please!
Look, guys, I don't want any trouble.
Shut
your fucking mouth, you little bitch! Is this thing still on?
Where was I?
Yeah, I made sure that Robert, the landlord here, gave you the utmost hospitality. Make sure she's tied up tight.
Thank you, darling.
Am I gonna see you later?
Yeah. You're gonna have to help me clean up.
Okay.
God, I love that guy. Poor thing. He's besotted with me. Do anything for me. So, some of the things that you've been saying are pretty accurate. Although, there were 2 attackers. I was attacked, that's for sure. Although I didn't attack Shelley or Sarah. Well, first time, anyway. But that son of a bitch, Mansla Holmes, that was my work. I had to stop because of the heat. What? What was that? Why did I do it? I don't know. Call it PTSD from my attack or just taking advantage of the situation. This fucking world thinks it can attack women wherever it wants. Fucking assholes, yeah, exactly. So after I killed Ben, I had to leave it. 4 years to be precise. Or the tradition of the Boogeyman, or so the sheriff told me. It was his ancestors who started the killings. They created the Boogeyman. It was him who fired the shot after Sarah got away, so I knew that he knew who the killer was. Or is. Maybe it was himself. Soon the town will know that the sheriff is also dead. They'll blame that one on you as well. Yeah. He was in on it. He helped me cover up the killing of Ben, who he was jealous of. Me and the sheriff had a bit of a thing. I didn't mean to kill Ben. Honestly, I didn't plan it. It was more like a fucking fit of rage, and then I had to cover it up and make it look like the Boogeyman. So, here we are, 4 years later. I kill Rochelle because I knew she was seeing Ben behind my back. And then I finished Sarah off because she was just such a fucking cunt. Ugh. I do wonder who attacked her first. It's so weird to think there's a real boogeyman out there, you know, walking around. It's funny how he tried to kill me when he dragged me up that hill. After a while, I sort of started admiring him. Oh, I made these. Shh. Oh, they're so cool. You're gonna love this. Here, look. Like the claws. Like Freddy fucking Krueger, am I right? You have been very, very bad. You're probably wondering why I'm still filming. Don't worry. It's just for me. For now. Okay, time to die. Over and out.
2 documentarians have gone missing, thought to be on the run for the murder of a sheriff in Mitchin, Arlen County, as well as the murder of up-and-coming actress Sarah O'Reilly and town local Rochelle Harmon. Tell me, what has been your experience?
Well, they asked me loads of questions, and they mentioned Sarah O'Reilly a lot. It's really twisted how they left the bodies out in the open for everyone to see. That's some fucked up shit.
Now, do you think these attackers are the same attackers that attacked you 4 years ago?
I don't know. Could there be another?
Could there be another? Back to you in the studio.
Okay, so this is totally rad, but we are actually headed towards the area where a few of the murders happened on the news here in Mitchin. So a few documentarians have been on the case already, but knowing me, I wanted to get in on the action. But I have to be super careful as I am female and I don't want to bait anything. If not today, maybe another day, who knows? So, I think the murders happened around... Oh my God, did you guys hear that? It was probably some wildlife or something. Anyway, as you can see, the woodland is super dense around here, which definitely corroborates with... Oh my God. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, please, no.
Breaking news today again in Mitchin. Maisie Winters has been found murdered near the town center 4 years after she was initially attacked. Just behind me, you can see there is police tape all around. There are reports saying the two documentarians are still suspects, and the police have managed to capture and arrest Thomas Wojcicki, who vows his innocence, as well as the innocence of his partner, Jesse Heidi, whom he says he hasn't seen since he left the documentary.
I'm getting involved in this project for the sole purpose of clearing my sister's name. Maisie Winters does not know that I made copies of the tapes.
you